Okay, good evening, everyone. I actually was not going to do a live stream today because, I've been cutting back on those a little bit. Big things to have them every other week. And I was planning to have one this week, but a guest I wanted to have on because of what's going on in the market couldn't make it. And we're going to do it next week. But then I just decided I can't go this long without a live stream. So, impromptu, I went ahead and set up the live stream, and we're going to go ahead and talk about the market numbers because I ain't gonna lie, some strange stuff is happening. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the main numbers here. And I'm sorry, my dog is driving me nuts. He's gotten a little too smart lately, too smart for his own britches. So, uh, he's in the little enclosure area, and he keeps like pawing at it, trying to get out. So if you look right now, if you go back the normal 7 days that we do, 1,424 homes have sold. That's total listing. So that's, single family, townhomes, yada, yada, yada. And that's all of Southern Nevada. Now, if you look, 251 have come back on market, which is about normal. So it's actually fewer coming back on market than, percentage wise. But look at this one, price decreases 1805. That is way off, and it is probably the highest we have seen in quite a bit. Next, we talk about increases. Again, I looked at a few of them, and quite a few was uh, properties going from coming soon to active status. As part of switching to active, they raised the price for some reason. But if you can see, uh, we've had a lot of price decreases. So it makes very little sense unless it truly was underpriced, which I haven't looked at yet. I read something, I think yesterday, said 25% of all homes on the market had a price decrease in the month of June, and we are in July, so we'll see what actually happens on that. But if you're just looking here, more houses had a price decrease than came on the market. If you look, uh, we barely have 800 that went under contract, which is lower than normal. But look at this, the number sold is less than half of the new listings. For pretty much this entire year, up until a few weeks ago, the solds outnumbered the new listings. And it's been going down every week for the last 3 weeks or so, or actually almost a month. And it's kind of interesting. But just as interesting as the number of expireds has not really increased yet. So, only thing I can say is a lot of people are starting to freak out. Uh, the sellers are freaking out because they know it's the top of the market, so they want to get out, so they put their houses on the market. Well, the buyers are now saying, huh, the houses are, I'm seeing more and more houses. So let me hold back a minute. So everyone got exactly what they wanted. Everyone's been begging for more houses to come on the market. As soon as they came on the market, uh, the buyers then went, well, I'm just going to hold off. So what I've seen over the past couple of weeks is a lot of concessions. So, the old wanting the seller to pay your closing costs, that is actually coming back again. Uh, I have one listing right now that was a referral from an agent in another state. And, it didn't have any action for several days. And I'm not going to lie to you, it hasn't had any action yet. And the other agent was, well, see if you can put in that they'll pay some of the closing cost. I was like, bruh, bruh. Paying closing cost is the new norm. I think it was about a month ago when I said a lender said that half the contracts coming across his desk now had closing costs, or as he called them, seller concessions. Expect that to continue. Uh, so up until maybe a week ago, a lot of these price decreases were because people were hopeful. Now, I don't know. All of my listings are priced at or below what the market dictates. One is priced, in my opinion, well below because it's actually below the last two sales for that same model, and I'm getting zero feedback on it. So let's go ahead and get into the numbers. Okay, so let's see what's going on. I'm gonna go strangle that dog. PETA, don't come after me. I'm not gonna strangle the dog. Now, this one's kind of hard for you to get, but no time over the last probably 2 years have I seen this say 5,000 plus matches. Let's go ahead and look at the market here in the Las Vegas area since this covers Southern Nevada. I'm going to exclude Boulder City. Sorry, guys. And let's just see what the stats hold because it's still over 5,000, which has not existed in a very long time. Whoops. Here we go. I don't know why I'm doing this. I am messing up big time here. Results. Here we go. Now I'll run the stats. Okay, well, right now we have 8,344 active, which is quite a bit compared to what we've had over a bit. So right now, average list price is 689, median is 490. Let's go back and look at what is actually sold. So we're going to see the sales for this month so far. Now, if you remember from the last time I did this, middle of the month, last month, the numbers ended up being about the same. So let's go into the results. So far this month, 1,287 total homes have sold in the Las Vegas area. And if you look, the high has actually gone down. So this is affecting things like the average close price. Look at this. The average close price so far this month, halfway through, is 490. Let's compare that against close price at the for last month. So the average was 592. Now there was a like a 30 something $1 million sale, including Steve Wynn's house, and the median so far this month 445. Let's compare that against last month, where the median was 480. Yep. Hate to be the bearer of bad news or good news. So here, if you're a buyer, this may be good news because with the panic, uh, sellers, I mean, a lot of sellers have two, three, $400,000 in equity, and to so-called protect their equity, they are just running trying to sell. But if you look at the number of units sold compared against uh, the units that are available, we are still in a seller's market. Yet, because of the lack of showings right now, people are freaking out. Uh, man, I hate to be the bearer of this one. I'm not going to say the name of the title company. There's a major title company with multiple offices here in Las Vegas. Last week, they had did not have a single escrow open, not one escrow open for an entire company, no escrows. Uh, Someone related to me that a lender, she didn't say which lender, they have like I think she said 14 loan officers. It actually wasn't a lender, it was a loan team. So lenders have started forming these teams like real estate agents. The team has 14 loan officers. They wrote like 20 something contract or 20 something contracts came in last um I think it was no, the entire month of June. People are freaking out, and it's the funniest thing because the fundamentals, when you look at it, are completely different than a 2008, but there is a panic that is setting in, especially with the sellers, and it's going nuts right now. So let's go back in here. Let's look at some more numbers. Let's start breaking this down by type of inventory. So if you look at condos, so far this month, 160 have sold. Let's go look at the stats. Okay, so the average was 254 compared against last month. The average was, well, I'm sorry, I can't compare those. I've got to put them together. So let's go on back. So anyway, 254, median was 246. Let's go and look at these townhomes. So 112 townhomes have sold so far this month. I just really want to strangle that dog. We are now looking at 328, 877, 331, 500. So the median has gone above the average. I've never seen that before. Let's take this and go ahead and do that combination so we can compare them against last month's numbers. So here we go. 277 total so far this month. Okay, so 285 was the average close price. Compare that against 296. So that has gone down. Compare that against the median of 276.5. The median last month was 290. I'm sorry, 280. 280. So 280 last month and 276.5 this month. So the price has gone down again, first 2 weeks of the month. Now, here's something to consider. Those are the ones that closed, which means the offers were made sometime in May and June. You understand? Offers were made in May and June. So anything that closes for the rest of this month will be a few from July, mostly June, and some from May. So this is what's really starting to drive things right now. And let's go ahead and get to our single. Hold on a minute. Make sure I don't forget. Let's get back to our single families. So far, 1,007 have sold. Drum roll, please. Average close price 547,973 compared against in the last month, or at least for last month, or you know how it goes. 592, 927. So yeah, come on, that's down. But the median has actually stayed the same, which is surprising. So the median is 480, and the median last month was 480. So single family homes, median has not been affected as much. Average has because fewer of those multi-million dollar houses have actually sold. But if you look, everything is pretty much selling at list price right now. Now, here's another one to think about with list price. The list price they use is the final list price, not the initial. So if somebody had their house priced at 500,000 and lowered it to 480, then 480 is the list price that's used here for these statistics. So remember, up until this broadcast, both the average and the median have been higher than the list for the close price. And this is the first time that both are below. And the lowest average so far, but the median is stabilizing. I can't wait to see the statistics in about a month because uh, I've been talking to other folks. One brokerage has not had a single showing this week. My listings have not had a single showing this week. And I had a phone call, which is like what drove a lot of this from someone, and they had a listing in the same neighborhood. And she goes, have you had any showings this week? And I was like, no. She's like, okay, it's not just me because there's been zero activity, no text, no anything. And this is the most interesting one is I put in an offer that's going to be accepted. I've been verbally told it's going to be accepted. Uh, it's more than 100,000 less than the house is worth. Now they listed it more than 100,000 less than the house was worth, and sometimes that's because people will list low to sell high. Well, right now that's not working. So the counterintuitive advice that I keep giving is not working. The only thing that it probably did do is got the house sold. It was on the market for 13 days, which I mean, the house was gorgeous. It's in a great part of town. 2 months ago, that house would have been gone in the first day with multiple offers above what it was worth, and it was worth a lot, closer to that seven figure. So yeah, that's my anecdotal evidence. I can only talk about the folks I've been talking to. Some markets are still on fire. Talking to agents in California, the markets are on fire in the LA area. Florida is normal. Ohio is still on fire right now, believe it or not. But here in Vegas and Arizona, because we're mirror markets, have been about the same. So I don't have too much more for you. Like I said, I just had to get these stats out after just looking at some stuff. And actually, the median close prices come up from the first time I looked at this several days ago. And I just wanted to make sure you guys had the latest information. So let's start looking at the plays that you need to make. As a seller, you need to outpace the market because you can see, let me share my screen with you again. A lot of price drops. You don't want to be the one who's doing the price drops because if you are dropping your price, you're just going to drive the buyers to sit on the fence a little longer. Now, even though we have, let's look at the total inventory. So I just wanted to concentrate on single family homes right now. So active, let me make sure we're still in Southern Nevada. Let's go ahead. Something tells me this is negligible anyway, but hey, I'm going to get it down there. Right now, for sale, there are 6,712 units. If you've been tracking, that is about 2.5 times where we were with fewer sales. So that's what's going on right now. Uh, so you want to price ahead of the market if you're a seller. For buyers, this is your chance to make up for the higher interest rates and get closing costs. And some of those closing costs can be buy downs. What a buy down is you can buy down your interest rate. So instead of paying 6%, or I think it's down average of 5.3 now, you could buy that down to maybe 4.5% with points. Your seller can pay those points and buy that down. Right now, some of the new home builders have fairly decent interest rates. And the reason they've done that is they've pre bought down the interest rates for you. But you have to use their lender, of course. But that's how they're keeping their values up, because they'd rather keep their values up and they get you into there with paying your closing costs. Because right now, the lenders are paying closing costs, buying down your interest rates, and just as importantly, giving you some upgrades because they want to protect the price, the base price, and also those crazy, crazy, crazy lot fees are pretty much gone. So you're not paying 50 grand for a lot fee. So somebody who bought a house a few months ago who had to pay 50 grand for a lot fee, you're moving into that house without that lot fee. Now they have no issues with that, but the price of the house, they're trying to preserve that. So they're getting around it in other ways, like I say, interest rates, paying all of your closing costs, and giving you upgrades. Matter of fact, they're starting to pay commissions again, whereas until a few months ago, a lot of them weren't even paying commissions. It was like, oh, we don't need you. Everyone's just walking in. Now that people aren't walking in, they're giving interest. They're giving co-op, aka commissions to agents again. There's only one that ran across so far. It's funny because I was calling for a client like on Friday, and the lady reminded me that they didn't pay commissions. I'm like, everybody else is sending out emails like crazy. 4% commission, 5% commission. And we're going to pay your buyer's closing costs. We're going to give them $10,000 in upgrades. But this one isn't. I'm not going to mention any names. The agents here who may be looking in the Las Vegas area, they know who I'm talking about. Starts with an L. They've been notorious for the last year or two for not paying commissions, and they're continuing with their stupidity because I don't think they got the memo because all the other major builders are paying commissions again. So that's your sign that it's no, they're panicking. So I'm going to see if there are any questions, and then I'm going to talk about the next thing. And if there are no questions, it's going to kind of finish it out. If you've looked down, you notice that it is now more than 1,000 subscribers. I've always said that my overall goal was to get to 1,000 subscribers because, believe it or not, it's actually a big deal in the real estate space. Most real estate channels are well sub 1,000, and like superstars can be at 5,000. I've seen guys who are considered superstars. They're invited to conferences and stuff, and they have 4,000 and 5,000 subscribers. Real estate's different. It's not a beauty channel. So people are really hardcore when they subscribe to you on real estate. And I really appreciate that. And so my give back is I didn't want to bribe people to get to 1,000, but now that I'm at 1,000, here's what I'm going to do. I got some of the vacation packages, the kind I'm talking about, but these aren't like timeshares. You're not going to be harassed when you go there. You don't have to sit through a timeshare presentation. This is an actual vacation, and I have these, and I am going to pick this week from the 1,020 subscribers that I have right now, and somebody is going to win a vacation. Now, the way I'm going to do it is I believe there should be a legitimate email through Gmail or something. I connect to their account. I'm just going to reach out, also do an announcement, and they have a certain amount of time to get back, probably 24, 48 hours. If they haven't gotten back to me, It's going to be the next until someone gets the vacation. Now, the vacations include vacation spots here in the US, including like Las Vegas. So if you want to have a staycation, you can do that. And some are foreign. So you can actually go to Thailand and stuff, have a semi free vacation because you've got to pay for your airline, ain't covering that. Uh, if they have a resort fee, you have to pay the resort fee. Like here in Vegas, we have resort fees. This includes the room, but you have to pay the resort fee. Again, no timeshare BS. And of course, you're going to have to pay for your food, and drinks, and entertainment and everything. But you got a free hotel room other than resort fee. So that's going to go out this week. And I may just start doing it when I record my videos, pulling it up and make sure the video is out within 24 hours and giving that person another 24 hours. That is my thank you for everyone who has contributed to what I would call a little bit of success. I hope you guys have appreciated it. And I'm going to stick around for about a minute or so because I said this was going to be brief. This was completely impromptu because I was not planning on having a live stream today. I wanted to get a lender on and start talking about what's going on and where you can have your power plays for as a buyer or a seller. Okay. So I'm going to give it another minute. See, the current time is 5:26. If there are no questions by 5:30, I said another minute, 4 minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and push on, find myself something for dinner. Let's see, maybe I should go through the news for that 4 minute period of time, three and a half so far. See what's going on out there that's worthwhile. And of course, the folder's not opening. Okay. Finally got my sound working again, and then I don't have a folder opening. But pretty much all of oh, there it is. Hold on. Okay. It's just acting stupid on me. So far, all of the news I've been seeing lately is talking about the same thing, the rapid shift in the housing market. But the difference is no one who brings it up, especially those who are doing the crisis actor thing of telling you how bad the market is telling you that we are still somehow in a seller's market. We are in a seller's market, and yet the sellers are panicking. Like I said, take advantage of other people's panicking. I hate to take advantage of people, but uh, I kind of look at it this way. For the majority of the last 2 years, the sellers have been getting off like crazy. We have had record increases in prices, and somebody who bought a house a year ago is up over $100,000. You bought your house 2 years ago, you have a minimum of 150 in your house. If you bought it on the east side of town, you may have two or 300,000 in your house because they went up more than any other houses. So if you make 50,000 less, you're on the east side, oh, you made a quarter of $1 million instead of 300,000. Here's one that you really have to start considering as a seller is, the race to the bottom in commissions, kind of like we had right now we're having a race to the bottom in prices. That's going to stop real quick because you're going to need those agents to show your homes again because it's not going to sell automatically. Because, like I said, most of the people I know here in Vegas have not had a showing this week. And all the buyers are sitting on the shelf. And you're going to probably have to start paying. You can't play this. I'm going to pay out 1% commission because I know it's going to sell anyway because they're going to find me. That's over with. I don't know if how long it's going to last, but for this point, it's over. You are probably going to be paying closing costs, even if they don't need it. Even if those buyers don't need it, they know where they're at. They know their worth, and they're probably going to ask for closing costs. I mean, I only learned this one this week. I guess the young people are using this slang. That's being dead ass. So dead ass, you're going to be paying closing costs. You're not going to be getting 30,000 over. Right now, the little offers that I have seen seem to be at list price or close to it. So paying, having a house up for 500, having somebody lowball you at 470, that hasn't happened yet. But right now, it's not happening because everybody's sitting on the fence. So when you saw that 600 and something sales, that was from over a month ago, not in the here and now. Like I said, one title company, I don't know if they want me to say their name, so I'm going to keep it out of my mouth. Multiple offices here. Now, according to this person, I can't vet it. They had zero new contracts this week. I should make a quick call and silence this and ask, because my brother-in-law is an inspector. It's like, have you been having any inspections lately? That can give me a big clue at what's going on. Matter of fact, I should call him. Should I? Should I call him? Mind if I mute my microphone so I talk to my brother-in-law for just a second? Hold on. Let me see if he had any what his inspections look like. Because 2 months ago, he was jam-packed. Hold up. I'm calling right now. Hopefully he picks up and hopefully he's succinct and we'll find out what's really going on because people will do a inspection within the week. Hold on. Okay, that was surprising. He says business is actually normal for him. It said the week of the 4th and a little bit after, he was didn't have much business going on, but last week was fairly normal for him. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. If he's having normal business, he said he possibly lags behind what's going on in the market because the inspections can be like a week or two later. Usually they're the first week. I try to schedule it the day I go into contract. Uh, but that's what he's saying. That last week he had a normal number of inspections. So I don't know. That is interesting to me. So I'm getting different perspectives. But I haven't had too many agents tell me they've been selling a lot of houses here in Vegas this week. Okay. I've gone a little bit past where I said I would be because I went into that call trying to get the latest information for you guys. And next week we have the lender on. Um, hopefully he will not toe any kind of company line and tell us what's going on because I want you guys to have the best information. And again, I'm going to have to figure out who the 1,000 subscribers are, 1,020 as of this morning. And I'm going to do some kind of computerized drawing. I think there's some way you can do it here on StreamYard because that's what I use. And we're going to pull those folks up, and somebody's going to get a vacation. And I may actually give out. I have some other stuff I can give out too. So this point forward, now that I've gotten my 1,000, I'm going to become the candy man a little bit. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday night. you have any questions, I'll be honest. I say I'm going to read them in the comments. I have somebody who is supposed to be reading them, but I can tell that they are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So I apologize for that. That's my fault. That's a leadership issue. And I'm going to try to rectify that. Okay. Because I had somebody who commented that, they've been leaving me messages in the comments. That's why I say to call, email, or text, because those I get. Someone is supposed to go in, and like moderate comments. But it's obvious if someone said they've been reaching out to me in comments on videos and I didn't see them, that, yeah, that something's not being done. Anyway, enjoy your day. I will see you next week. Let's have that lender on, find out what's going on so you guys know where you need to position yourself as either a seller or a buyer. See you guys next week.